Hi guys, George Grant from Caucasus Club here, and I want to share with you very powerful insights that will help you to establish yourself as a powerful man, which is especially necessary in modern society where this distinction between genders are being erased. So we need to get back to our ground zero, back to basics, to be able to empower ourselves and build something substantial. So in this video I will be talking about how, as a man, how do you have to treat this world and those decadence expressions of feminism which is fighting the human civilization. So, as I've been mentioning before also that masculinity and man is a creative power. It has to do with physical things. You need to always take this into account when you encounter the negative force. So when you encounter this feminine manginas or white knights or feminist women, you will do good if you follow these two rules. Or basically it is one rule which is divided in two points. So you either have to strike them deadly, leaving no doubt when you do an act to forcefully establish your idea, your truth, or you just need to completely ignore them. But you should never ever go down to the same level with them, because their level of arguments is all in the realm of talk and talk to move you away from the substantial. But truth reveals itself, and victory in conversation or dispute comes not by the speed of speech or by the eloquency or not by the tonality of the speech, but by the words, what you exactly say, by the facts. So it is about what, not the how, mostly. And because people of feminine mindset don't know what to say, they substitute it with how. But for how to legitimately exist, it has to be the what first. If you take up female attitude in conversation, you will be shifted away from the ground of what to the fog and wake cloud of how. And it will not bring any positive result, it will only exhaust you, because they will beat you down by their level to their emotional state. So instead of abiding in those destructive feminine emotional clouds, you need to constantly bring them down to the material physical ground of facts, of the what rather than how. And male actions and male speech generally, they bring order, while female conversation brings only disorder. You can be sure of that when you see, for example, the group of men and group of women sitting together and talking. When you look at the group of men, they always discuss something substantial, and there is a saying somewhere in old wisdom that if you put 10 men together and let them discuss something, in a short while they may build an empire. They may come up with the idea of how to build that empire. But if you put the 10 women together, it will be a disaster, because they will never be able to come to any rational conclusion. But notice that it is not about women only, but even about the men with the female mindset. So man's role is to destroy the chaos and bring the order. And even if women can be found who also strives for bringing the order into the world, then they are executing, they are fulfilling the masculine qualities and masculine roles. Therefore, if such woman can be found, I hope there are still such women in the world. She is more masculine than a man who is led by feminine mindset and is concerned more about how to speak rather than what to speak. So, men's masculine quality is also based on courage. And this courage contains the knowledge of good and evil. Men can distinguish between good and evil. Women generally don't know and cannot distinguish between the two. Now, of course, courage can't be without justice, without good character and every other virtue. So in this way we can say that a single virtue would be the same as all virtues. And this one single virtue is masculinity, a man, or masculine mindset. Because only human with masculine mindset can build and cultivate life. We often hear that philosophers and scientists say that there is oneness and the universe is one. It is true, but this oneness implies masculine qualities, because this world is material. You got to build something, some material world. You can't escape this. Even when you indulge in some immaterial ideas, you still need a material world to be able to perceive it and express it. So it is unescapable. Just to have a wisdom to understand that is already a great first step on the way to masculine mindset, which is the mindset of truth. So man's courage is both moral and physical. It cannot be separated. There is no morality without comprehension of the physical laws of this world. And men are those who are capable to unite in themselves the both qualities, the understanding of morals and the capability and power to change physical world and to bring order into it, which, as we know, majority of women are unable to do. Such masculine courage is inseparable from the knowledge of the man's self-nature. It is based on natural male instinct. Another very important, and I would say the most important quality of a man, besides courage, is his primal duty to cultivate the world. The earth, the soil of earth, can be brought as a great example for that. Man's duty is to cultivate the ground, to plant his seeds into it and let the void of the barren earth to be filled with the seeds, which then will grow to bring crops, to bring life. In spiritual or metaphysical sense, we can say that woman is the representative of this soil for a man to cultivate. If the soil of the earth is not filled with a good seed, it begins producing all sorts of thorns and weeds, as we know, because the void has to be always filled with something. So if you don't fill the void, if you don't throw your seeds into the barren earth, into the soil, this law of filling up the void will inevitably continue to work, but because of the absence of the good seeds, it will fill up itself with all sort of weeds and thorns, which are uneatable and uncultivatable and useless. So this is a great metaphor which nature itself shows to us to understand the principle of life. Same happens with women. If men don't fill them with their manhood, with masculinity, with their wisdom of the rules, of laws of truth and morals, women begin to produce their own weeds and thorns, metaphorically speaking, to somehow fill their own void. Since they don't have creative ability, they can produce only useless and terrible things. So it is man's duty as the manager of this world to conquer and cultivate the soil of this world, which part of which is women as well. Just as he possesses and cultivates the earth to make it produce crops for living. By the way, that is why it's been always called husbandry. And pay attention that distancing yourself from women is not at all a manly thing to do. It is more a decadence, escapism, a weak position. The real men have to seek out the soil, the ground where they plant their seeds, to seek out the women and work on them, just as they seek out business or any other challenge in life, and work on organizing it for their good. So to bring another metaphor, I would say that man has to make his first kill to become a man. It can be animal, for example, which he hunts for food, or it can be also a woman to take her, sexually possess her. If there is a war, it can be an enemy soldier to kill. In business life, it will be money which he makes, striking the deal. This will be his kill. Some way or another, you have to make a kill. And hiding from the battle will not make it for you. You will lose up your masculine power if you do. So these were these few important points which I wanted to share with you, that if you really perceive them and accomplish them in your life, it will empower you mightily. You can listen it again to make some notes, because the information which I'm giving to you is very condensed and it has a lot of useful guidance in it. So please pay attention to these things, because I'm sharing with you a real experience based on long years of my life. I'm not giving you some fluff. This is all practical steps and ideas about how to empower yourself as a masculine man. What does it mean to be courageous? How to physically implement this courage and truth in your life, and how to become a cultivator of the soil of this universe. How to plant your seeds and how to make a kill. Alright? Hope it was helpful for you, and I wish you all the best in your MGTOW path. Be a conqueror. Have a great day, and I will see you in my other videos. It was George Grant from Caucasus Club. I'm out.